Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over every single ultimate in Marvel Rivals and I'm going to be ranking them in a tier list. Now this tier list is just my opinion, so if you see your character in a low tier, just don't take it too seriously. It's all just fun and games at the end of the day. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have anything to say about it. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright, let's start with Adam Warlock. Now, I know Adam Warlock, his ultimate is pretty hard to use. Yes, some people don't like it, some people like it, but in my opinion, it is a great ultimate. Due to its fact that it can, just completely reset a team fight, which is, has, a lot of value, because he is the only person in the game that can do that. So I'm gonna put him at B tier. Even though it is really hard to pull off, it is definitely worth being in the B tier. Black Panther, I think he is somewhere in the C to B tier. I'll put him in the low B tier, because yeah, his ultimate is pretty good in resetting all his cooldowns, but it's really hard to pull off because you do stand still for 2 or 1 second, which is a really long time for you to get stunned and stuff like that. So I'll put it in B tier, but it's still a pretty good ultimate when it comes to winning team fights, or actually assisting in team fights, even pushing out ultimates. Black Widow, I think her ultimate is C tier. Yes, it is really good with the Hawkeye team up, but I would leave it in C tier because it is pretty hard to use right now. We'd still have to see if she gets any buffs or nerfs in the future for it to be better. Captain America's ultimate is a B tier. Yeah, it doesn't really do much, but it is the greatest stall ability in the game. You can stall the objective for a very long time with this, just enough time for your team to come back if you're a good Captain America. Yeah, it's a bit hard to pull off, but still very worth it. Still, I'd say low B tier, right under Black Panther. Cloak and Dagger's ultimate after the nerfs, I think it's still around low S tier because it is still a support ultimate. It is still basic immortality. I know it's not guaranteed. I know it doesn't stack anymore, but it's still very, very good. And I'll still put it in S tier due to its versatility. Doctor Strange, his ultimate is definitely S tier. I think he has one of the best tank ultimates in the entire game due to the fact that he does double damage with his ultimate just in that one little stage. It's amazing. I'd definitely put it in S tier. Groot, now Groot is high A because yeah, his ultimate brings everyone together, and that is amazing for every single other ultimate that requires people tightly grouped up together, like Moonknight, like IronFist, like Psylocke. I'd put him in A tier. Now Hawkeye, I'd also put him in A tier. His ultimate is pretty good, but you have to have really good position to be able to use it because you do stand still for a whole second, and you have to actually be aiming at the person to actually show the little after images. So you gotta stay consistent with Hawkeye. Hela's ultimate isn't that good, honestly. I like it, yeah, it's alright, but I'd put it high B. It's still because a lot of people run away and you can be countered by Doctor Strange, which is a meta right now, so everyone's using him. Hulk, I'd put Hulk's ultimate in I think if you know how to use Hulk, he's definitely high A. He has if you play against the Hulk that knows how to use his abilities, he's definitely an A. But as I'm saying now, not many people are playing Hulk right now, so I will put him in B tier due to the IronMan nerfs and Doctor Strange nerfs is bringing his usability down because of his team up. Now Human Torch is pretty hard to rank because on its own, his ultimate is pretty bad. Loki, it's not the best, but there is Storm, which buffs it up a lot, which basically makes it into A tier because of Storm. And I'll put Storm also with A tier because of Human Torch. They kind of complement each other. But if it went for this team up, Human Torch would be D and Storm would be B. That is just my opinion, honestly. Invisible Woman, S, basically a free immortality field. It's absolutely amazing. You can push and grab people into it, which is also really good. Iron Fist, I don't put Iron Fist at A, or I'll put him in B. I'll put Hulk right above it. I know Iron Fist has a really good ultimate, but you have to be insanely good to use it properly. You won't get the most picks out of it, but you can melt any tank in the game with it if you utilize his blocks very well. It's definitely a good ultimate. I definitely put it in B tier. It could be higher, but I'll just leave it in B for now. Now IronMan, I know IronMan's ultimate is basically really good because he can one-shot almost any ultimate in the game, that being support ults, which is pretty good. So I'd put him, I know it's pretty hard to pull off, but a good Iron Man would have good positioning, have the elements of a surprise, and be able to wipe out almost any support ultimate, which is just great to have. I think I'd put it either low A or high B. That's just where I'd put him. Jeff actually has a very underrated ultimate. Yeah, his ultimate is pretty situational, but it is still very, very good to have because you can displace the enemy, save your team from any ultimate. Say Doctor Strange uses Eye of Agamotto, yeah, you're basically just all dead. But if you have a Jeff, he basically has invincibility frames when he's actually activating his ultimate, so that means he can actually go on the ground and actually save your team and get rid of any status effects, which is just amazing to have. And with that, I'll probably put him at around high B or low A. I'll put him in low A right now. And actually, after the nerf, it got very early into the game's life cycle. I put it in B tier because of its range. It's pretty weird. Loki is just S because his ultimate is just absolutely insane because it's basically every other ultimate, but at your disposal. So basically, you have 11 people to choose from, and you can choose any ultimate they want. And you can basically choose any ultimate you want at any time, anywhere, just basically making it the perfect ultimate to have, which is just basically makes it the best ultimate. It basically just lets you pick and choose what you need for his current situation, which is really great to have. Which personally, in my opinion, just makes it the best ultimate in the game. Now, right behind Loki, I want to put Luna Snow. I know Luna Snow did get a really big charge nerf, but it's still the second best ultimate in the game, right behind Loki, because it's just the best immortality ultimate in the game. It has the most healing output and it has a damage boost which no one really uses, but it's still like amazing. Now Magik is pretty hard to rate because I would put her ultimate in low A, but you won't really do much with your ultimate. Let's say you have a Cloak and Dagger, you know it has her ultimate, right? So you push really far forward to actually bait it out of her so she doesn't use it on point. So your job as Magik is to basically bait out support ultimates, if you get what I'm saying. Or if you know they don't have a support ultimate and you know how to do her one-shot combos, you can start a fight with it and basically get a lot of free picks. Or if you mess up and you do use your ultimate, even though there is a support ultimate, you can just do the one-shot combo. I know it's pretty hard to land, but with practice you can get it very consistently. But you have to have really good positioning and high ground to be able to do it. So I'd put her like around mid A, honestly. I'd move her up because of everything I just said. Magneto, I'd say he's high A. His ultimate can deny a lot of other ultimates, which is pretty good, so I'd leave him in A. And also it can counter a lot of support ultimates if you land your shots, so I'd also put it in like A. Honestly, I'm putting in S because of its the way it counters a lot of the port ults. Mantis, I'd put Mantis at S as well because it is another port ultimate that is obviously going to be an S because of how amazing it is, because you can pop it, give everyone on your team a damage boost, and they basically just immortal gods, just like a ton of damage out. It's fantastic. I think Fantastic is the only D tier ultimate, honestly. His ultimate, I think, is the only thing in his kit that is holding him back from being a higher tier hero, honestly. It's really hard to use your ultimate properly because it's kind of in a weird situation where it wants to be a tank ultimate, but it's also a DPS ultimate, so it's pretty weird to use it because it's not great at both, even though it does do both. It's just a really weird situation right now, and I do see it getting like maybe a minor buff in the future, but for now I'll leave him in his ultimate in D tier. Moonknight after the nerfs, he's definitely fallen down. It used to be S, but now it is definitely B tier. Honestly, his ability to displace like a large area of the map, I'd put him in A, honestly. High, low A. Namor, I'd put him in low A. Yeah, his ultimate's really good, but you have to have really good accuracy and sometimes luck to be able to hit it properly, but it is still an amazing ultimate to have on your team. Peni, I think, is also a C tier ultimate. It is a pretty weird ultimate. You basically just get overshield and start running everywhere. Like, yeah, that could be great for setting up your mines. So say you have a mines in one area, so you want to move them all to the point. You can do that. It sometimes does work, sometimes does, but like Peni, a lot of her kit rolls on having the right sight set up. So being on defense, being on a great chokehold map, it's just basically that, which unfortunately lands her in C tier. Now for Psylocke, I'd put her in A tier. She has a great ultimate. It's just a great all-around ultimate. You can get a few picks off it and start a team fight or end a team fight. It's just really good. I'd put her in A. Rocket, I think, is also, honestly, low B, honestly, because of the fact that people don't know how to utilize his ultimate properly. I've been seeing a lot of texts on TikTok where you basically have a Venom and have a Rocket, and if the Venom uses his ultimate when the Rocket has his boost up, he just one-shots everyone on the field, which is just really good. I mean, I want to see more people use his ultimate, like, strategically. Like, say you're running Storm Rocket, you can use their ultimates at the same time, like literally any other hero. I just want to see that more, you know, because I really think he has a really high opportunity to be a meta pick if people use his ultimate right. Now, Scarlet Witch, I want to put her in, after a buff, I'll put her in, honestly, B tier because it can, like, make everyone run away, which can create a lot of space for a team. But before the buff, she was probably like a D tier ultimate, but now she is definitely B tier. Spiderman's great ultimate, just great all-around ultimate, like Psylocke's ultimate. They basically do the same thing where they just control a huge area with like high DPS, which is just really great for like finishing off characters you're about to kill with a combo. Also, like killing 2 to 3 people at the same time, it's really good. Now StarLord's ultimate, like after the support nerfs, I think it's like a really good ultimate. Like, it's definitely really high. I think it's like one of the best ultimates in the game because of how great it is, but you still have to know when to use it because of the support ults, so I'll put her in A. Squirrel Girl, now her ultimate is very weird because sometimes it can be the best ultimate of the game, sometimes it can be the worst ultimate of the game, but most of the time it's pretty good. After its buff, I think it's become like a really amazing DPS ult to use because of how annoying it can be. Just disrupts the whole enemy team, especially in some areas of the map where there's like really tight corner and the scrolls just bounce off the walls, just killing everyone in their sight. It's just really good. Now, Punisher's ultimate is like pretty hard to use because yeah, you're basically standing still. You basically still take the same amount of damage with no defense buffs, but you are immune to CC, which is just really good to have. So I put it in like low A tier because it's still like, if your team plays around you like a Doctor Strange or Magneto, you basically just wipe the whole team with it. The thing is also similar to like Doctor Strange, where your ultimate basically stuns everyone in it. It's not as good as Doctor Strange's, but I'll still put it like high A because I still think it's a pretty good ultimate. Thor, his ultimate is pretty hard to land, but it's still a pretty good ultimate to have on your team. So I'd put it like around B. Like, say you use your bubble in ult, that's basically a guaranteed hit if the opponent doesn't have a get out of jail free card like StarLord's dash or Invisible Woman's jump or any of that kind of stuff, because he's basically immune to CC in it, so it's pretty good. Venom, like after his couple of buffs, I put him in high B tier because like he's still pretty, people are still trying to like use him properly, so I just put him in B for now. It's a safe pick. Bucky is ass, like I know Bucky is broken, but you still have to use your brain to actually use his ultimate, which I'll put in like a low S, because you can basically get denied by any, if you miss your shots and if the enemy has support ults, your ultimate is just gone. But it is infinite basically. It has basically infinite uses if you're really good with him. So I put him in S. Wolverine also S, because he's able to just kidnap people and displace them, which is like really good, and it does a lot of damage. So I'd definitely put it in S tier due to how quickly he can melt the tanks. And that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching all the way. If you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. I will also have the tier list in the description if you want to take a screenshot of it. And with that out of the way, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.